You cannot think your way out of a feeling. You have to move it. In the last video, we talked about that frustrating gap between knowing what you want to do and actually doing it. We established that this isn't a character flaw, it's a timing issue. So when that timing is off, our default response is usually to go up into our heads and try to journal our way out of it, or analyze why we're procrastinating or why we keep saying the thing that we didn't intend to say. You repeat affirmations hoping they'll override the anxiety. But your mind is spinning while your body is going into fight or flight or freeze. So the intellect operates in the past and the future. It loves to name things, categorize, and plan things, but your nervous system only operates in the present tense. So you can't negotiate with your nervous system using logic. You have to use a language that it actually understands. So to bridge this gap between your mind and your body, you need a medium that only exists in the present moment. And I have found that a really powerful and easily accessible and often neglected medium is sound. So when you make a sound, it's immediate physical feedback. Improvising with sound then doesn't have to be about making music or performing for an audience. It can also be just a diagnostic tool that can be really helpful whether you have any musical background or training or aptitude or not. And this practice isn't really necessarily about forcing yourself to slow down or forcing yourself to do anything. It's really about becoming keenly aware of what you're actually hearing, how you're actually feeling, and how you move from there into expressing something that's true, that's authentic. It catches you in the act of being exactly who you are in this exact moment, and what goes on with you in the process as you move from this moment to the next one. And this is where the practice of Tune You really comes alive. You start by listening to what you're actually hearing in the present moment. You notice how your body feels in response, and then you make a sound. And you don't plan it, you just make the sound using whatever's available to you in the present. Make the sound that seems to want to be made. And as you make that sound, you simply notice what you notice. You feel the physical vibration in the room, the vibration and energy in your hands and in your body, and it becomes a continuous feedback loop. You just listen to what's true, what's actually happening, feel what you're actually feeling, what's true inside of you, and then play something that feels like an authentic expression of yourself in that moment, and then listen some more, and so on. And by doing this, you're training your nervous system to stay present. You're practicing how to act, witness the consequences of your action, and remain steady enough to continue taking each next step with more and more of yourself on board. So you don't need an instrument to try this little exercise we're about to do, but if you have a piano or drum handy, go ahead and take advantage of that tone for this little exercise. I think you'll probably enjoy it. So for starters, take a few seconds to listen to the sounds in the room around you, including the sound of my voice. And notice how your body feels in this moment, any tensions or sensations that you're noticing in your body right now. Just notice that. And now just take your hand and tap out a little rhythm, a simple rhythm on your body, your leg, or the desk in front of you. And if you have if you have a drum or a piano, just go ahead and just make some sounds, just something simple. Don't overthink it. Just allow yourself to make the sounds that seem to be wanting to be made at this moment. You're not trying to play music. You're just making some sounds. And in a few seconds, I'm going to invite you to pause the video and just give yourself a couple of minutes to do this, maybe 5 minutes, half a minute, 5 minutes, whatever you like. And when you come back, I'll have some questions for you and a thought or two about possible next steps that you can take utilizing this perspective. So go ahead and hit pause and give yourself a couple of minutes and notice what you notice. Okay, welcome back if you left.
And if you didn't, I'm glad you're still here. So just invite you to notice how you're feeling now, and if that's any different now than it was before you started to do your sounding. Is your energy a little bit more activated? Are you a little bit more kind of awake and alive, or maybe a little bit calmer? Whatever it is, just notice it. You notice any curiosity, any confusion, questions, intrigue, maybe boredom. Maybe you were bored and triggered by this whole thing and kind of wanting to bail. Whatever it is that you noticed is you being present in this moment, you being you in this moment, and that's just worth noticing. And I think it's worth exploring and practicing as well. That loop of listening carefully and feeling deeply and playing it out is the root of the Tune You practice that I help folks with. You don't need any musical training or aptitude or experience or even an instrument to use sound as a tuning tool. You just need a willingness to make contact with the present moment. So if you're curious about this practice, a good place to begin exploring it is a free 15-minute guided meditation on listening, the first leg of what I call the Holy Trinity of improv. This listening practice can help you restore your orientation and get clearer on what's actually happening right now, while noticing any urges that you have to judge or fix something. Through this doorway, you can begin experiencing sound not just from a critiquing and analytical perspective, but simply contact. It's a clear way to notice the space a little bit more closely between your impulses and your interpretations. So I think that you should never live in exile from your nature. And after inhabiting this practice, you won't.
So whether you ever use this practice or work with me, it's really vital to find some sort of a way of practicing connecting with your own awareness in the present moment with some sort of an action that offers immediate feedback. I think sound is a really good medium for that. And so you can just start tapping on your steering wheel more or your knees more. Sound is immediately accessible in so many different kinds of ways. And it's a really, really good way to bring you back into the right now. So in the next video, we'll look at how this daily tuning process that I've created changes the way that you show up in the rest of your life. So thanks again for being here, and in the meantime, play on.